Morning guys, welcome to another video. Today I want to do a comparison between a Birkin and a Kelly bag, and in particular I have a Birkin 25 and a Kelly 25 to compare. I'm gonna do an extensive pros and cons list. I'm gonna do mod shots on all my body, and I'm gonna tell you about my conclusions of what I would prefer and what I would get if I had to get another one today. But before we begin, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, click the notification bell, and let's get right into it. Before we begin, let's go through the specifications of each bag. I'm gonna start with my Kelly. So let's go through the specification of the Kelly first. This is a Kelly 25, color Chai, which was a limited edition for 2022. Gold hardware, style retourné, Togo leather. Retourné means that the stitching is inside out. Now let's do the specification of the Birkin bag. Like I mentioned before, this is Birkin 25, color noir, which means black, silver hardware, Togo leather, style retourné, which means the stitching is inside out. So let's start with my Kelly 25. Let's go through the pros first. The pro number one is definitely the fact that it has a shoulder strap. And this is a shoulder strap to my Kelly 25. It is non-adjustable. It is of the same color and the same leather as the bag. And it has the two closure mechanisms for the attachment. Which basically means the fact that you don't have to carry your Kelly bag in your hands at all times. You can put it on your shoulder and be hands-free. Pro number two is the fact that it has a rather big handle, a top handle that can be comfortably put through your hand all the way in, and this way you will also end up hands-free and this will not bother you. It is big enough to fit through your wrist and through your hand, even if you're wearing a thick coat, so during winter time that works as well. Pro number three is definitely its sizing. I think it's very smart. This size is not too big, it's not too small, it's just perfect. Pro number four, it's an easy transition from day to night. Again, the night during the day, it will definitely hold your essentials, and during the night it is small enough to be used as an evening bag for dinner or any event. Pro number five, in my opinion, a Kelly bag is very elegant. It is classy, and if you need a bag that is more elegant and classy, I think a Kelly is definitely a way to go. Now let's get into the cons of this bag, and I think the biggest con for me is its opening system. It's not convenient to use, it is very difficult to get in and out, and even if I can open the bag, let's say I'm holding it with one hand or it's on my shoulder hanging, if it's full and it kind of gets a bit heavy, opening it gets very difficult. You have to open everything, then you have to pull, and then you have to get in. I'm always afraid to scratch this top part of the bag as well. So this way it is definitely a con. It is even harder to close it. I definitely need both hands to close it when it's full of things because it's heavy, and with one hand I kind of can't really do it. So I usually put it on my lap and then I use my both hands to close the bag. As you will be able to see right now, I pull on the straps, I put it through, and I close it like that. Another con I would say is that due to the fact that it is a one top handle bag, when it is open, if you do want to keep it open, and sometimes for convenience purposes, I want to just keep my bag open so that I'll be able to get in and out easily and get my phone and put it back and get something else. But I do think that it puts a lot of pressure on the shoulder of the bag. As you can see right now, it's completely empty and it's already starting to bend. So having things inside will make it even heavier. Keeping it open and using it hanging like this will deteriorate the structure of the bag, and it will ruin the structure eventually over long term. And my final con, I would say, is that due to its triangle shape and the fact that you do have to keep it closed, in my opinion, when you're wearing it, it fits way less than the Birkin. It still fits your essentials, but if you're trying to overpack it, it will start, you know, pulling on the leather, pulling on the structure, and that's not really good for the bag. I have a bag in the leather togo, so it is more susceptible, let's say, to changes in terms of its shape. So I personally don't like to overload it. It fits way less than the Birkin, without doubt. Now let's get into the Birkin bag. Let's start with the pros. And for me, I would say the biggest pro is that it is an iconic bag. And if I had to get one bag from Hermes house, it would probably be a Birkin. Just because it's so iconic, it's the ultimate bag to get. It has so much legacy to it, and especially in this size, has been very trending. I think it's a wonderful, wonderful style, wonderful iconic style to own in your collection. A pro number two is that it is definitely easier to open. And I have to say that the majority of time, which is probably 99.9%, I carry my bag like this or like so. I pull the straps in those little things and I keep my bag like this. And it is incredibly easy to reach my things. I don't have to, you know, open and close the bag all the time to get to it. And this is for me the biggest advantage. It is so incredibly convenient to use that you don't have to, you know, stop in the middle of the street and close and open your bag and you need both hands to it. You just keep it open at all times and you reach what you need and you kind of close it again. And I think it's relatively safe. When I do want to feel a little bit more secure, I just pull on the straps and I close those straps to make sure that there's less space, and I don't think anyone can get in really. So in this way I can just basically open the straps and my bag is accessible again, which is just wonderful and super convenient. Pro number three, again, due to its shape, like I mentioned before, it holds much more than a Kelly, and also due to the fact that you don't necessarily have to close it. You can really fill it up because you don't have to worry about the fact that your bag will be pulled with your things and it will stretch out the skin and it will ruin the structure of the bag. You can really fill it in and not close it and just go around your day just like that. Pro number four, due to its design and size, again, it is very easy to transition from day to night, and it is small enough and cute enough to really accompany you to any evening event, dinner, or maybe even something a little bit more formal. I think you can pull it off and take this bag anywhere with you. Pro number five, and this one is actually one of the most important things to me, is that it actually looks wonderful with casual clothing. It has this casual, cool edge to it, and I think, in my opinion, really does look more cool in a casual context than a Kelly 25, because a Kelly is much more elegant, is much more formal, and a Birkin is kind of cool and edgy, and it really elevates any casual outfit like nothing else. I love wearing it with just jeans and just going around my day like this. It's a wonderful bag for everyday use. Now let's get into the cons. And the first con is, of course, the fact that this bag doesn't have a shoulder strap. So you have to carry it in your hands at all times. There's no way to put it on your shoulder or across your body and be hands-free. So this is a con for sure. And a con number two is that the handles are a little bit smaller and you can't really put it all the way through your hand. Although I can comfortably fit it on my wrist, it doesn't really go much further than that. But personally, for me, this is enough to just put it on my wrist, and it is convenient enough to use. And during the winter, it still fits on the wrist very comfortably. And my final thoughts about these two bags. And for the context, before I had any Hermes bags, before I had a Birkin or a Kelly, I've always thought that I am a Kelly girl, that I need a shoulder strap, that I really would find Kelly more convenient to use than a Birkin. Ironically enough, a Birkin was my first purchase. This I bought just a year ago, a couple of years, I think a year later than the Birkin. So now I can actually judge what is more convenient for me to use, and to my surprise, I have to say that I find my Birkin 25 much more convenient than a Kelly 25. I tend to reach for it much more, I use it much more, it is more convenient for me to use. And whenever I take my Kelly 25, I find it honestly very inconvenient to use due to the opening structure, due to the fact that I have to worry about opening and closing, and my things and my phone are not easily accessible. Whilst when I'm wearing my Birkin 25, it really is, it just works. It's super convenient. I love wearing it. I wear it all the time. And I personally really do prefer a Birkin over a Kelly. And if I had to get another one, speaking about my wish list, I definitely want a Birkin in another color. I mean, I wouldn't mind either of them. Let's just put it out there. But if I could choose, I would choose a Birkin without doubt. It's more convenient. I find it extremely just comfortable, and I like the style. I love wearing it with casual clothing. It just works for my lifestyle, and I really do prefer a Birkin 25. There's nothing else to say. So thank you for watching the video. I hope you find it helpful. I hope it helps you to make your mind and decision about what you would personally prefer. Let me know in the comments down below what you think, what you have, what works for you, whether you prefer a Kelly or a Birkin, and why. I'm actually very curious to know. And either way, good luck on your Hermes journey. I'm sure you will get there. I'm sure you will get whatever you want very soon. And let me know if you want me to make a video about how I managed to score those two iconic colors. It's actually a funny story. I am a little bit reluctant to put it online just due to the fact that it does involve some controversy with, you know, the quality, and I'm not going to get into a lot of details today, but let me know in the comments down below if you really are interested, and maybe I will post the video. Thank you for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, click the notification bell, and I'll see you next week. Bye!